Goon Squad. Today we are going to talk about Champion's Path, and I'm here with...
Chunky Cheese. We're back.
I haven't done a video in a while.
Break. There hasn't been any content really.
It's been slow.
New.
It's the calm before the storm. We got some big stuff coming, so don't forget to subscribe. More Pokemon content coming your way. Champion's Path openings are coming. Don't worry.
Yes. The hunt for that second shiny Charizard for me is on its way soon. Just don't tell my wife.
So let's take a look here. We have the Champion's Path full set list. And of course, we gotta talk about these boys right away. We have Shiny Charizard and Rainbow Charizard VMAX. This is huge.
That's what's gonna sell this set.
Oh yeah, I would have loved like a whole shiny vault, like Hidden Fates, but it sounds like that's gonna be coming next year. So this is good for now. Charizard, big money.
Yes,
these packs are gonna fly out the shelves.
They're gonna be hard to find, but the hunt for them is gonna be the best part.
And
like,
reverse,
that's one of my
reverse hollow
things.
energies.
Gorgeous looking.
I love reverse hollow energies. I wish they'd be like the full arts from Sun and Moon, but this isn't bad.
No, the pull rate will be easier for the reverse hollow energies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's start looking at some cards. Starting off here, Venusaur V. Grass type's kind of in a weak spot. Fire type's kind of taken over the meta as a counter to Zacian. So grass types are in a rough spot.
I just like the card art of that Venus.
The art is really good. I wish we would have got a Venusaur VMAX.
And a Blastoise VMAX would have been great.
Yeah, but just the Venusaur. Pollen Bomb for 2 grass and a colorless does 80 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned.
And then Solar Typhoon, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Solar Typhoon for 220.
So pretty similar to Zacian V's attack, but
doesn't have the ability
energy.
to
and yeah, it doesn't have the acceleration with an ability. But what, grass hits dark for weakness now, so I mean, if Eternatus starts getting strong, this could one-shot an Eternatus VMAX with weakness.
Oh, and fighting.
Fighting's weak to grass? Okay.
Yep.
So Phalanx VDEX, Eternatus VMAX. I don't think Venusaur could be a big threat, but there it is. It's an option.
It's just something I feel like more for the collectors at this point.
Yeah. We have a Weedle line. Doesn't look like anything too interesting, honestly. 80 damage plus poison.
Kakuna. 30 for 1 energy for Plug Bite.
We have a reprint of Eldegoss V from Rebel Clash.
I believe so.
Not a hugely played card, but this is pretty good. I wish we would have also got a reprint of Crobat V in this set, just to make it more accessible. But getting another chance at getting the Whimsicott, or Eldegoss, did I call it Whimsicott?
Whimsicott?
Eldegoss. This is Eldegoss.
Jesus. What kind of Pokemon trainer are you?
There's too many Pokemon based on cotton.
That's fair.
Eldegoss V. Not a bad card. When you play it from your hand onto your bench, you can search your discard pile for a supporter card and put it in your hand.
And then you can pull them back in here. Then you have float up, but you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck.
Oh yeah, so it's got its uses. It's not a bad card.
If you're late game, you have no bosses, orders, or Marnies, or anything that's really useful. Boom. And you could, and especially if you have energy switches, switch that out. Whatever you need to get Eldegoss out there and viable. The only thing I'm a little confused about is I don't see a Ninetales. I see a Vulpix.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. So we have Vulpix,
but no Ninetales.
Victini, nothing too good. I mean, honestly, this set's pretty weak, other than a couple V cards. As from a battler's standpoint, this probably isn't a set you want to invest a lot in. If you are a collector and you want a chance at getting that shiny Charizard or Rainbow VMAX, this is what you want to be buying as a collector. You want these cards.
The holiday packs are, I feel like, mostly based for collectors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everything else is all
Hidden Fates is pretty much all for collectors. There wasn't a lot of playable cards in there. This is kind of the same deal. Some of the Vs maybe have potential, but this is mostly going to be like a collector's set.
Well,
so here's Incineroar V.
Talking about some of the Vs that might be good is that Incineroar. Not only is that card art gorgeous, it just looks really clean and crisp, and I really like that. But Grand Flame for 2 fire and 1 colorless. Attach up to 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. That's not bad late game if you really need to get energies back from your discard pile.
I could see this in the Chandelure deck lists, where you're like burning like the top 7 cards of your deck and like doing damage based on how many Pokemon are discarded. You're going to be discarding a lot of energy in the process. So I could see this as kind of like a janitor in a Chandelure deck, where he just kind of comes in late game, reattaches the energy to your Pokemon, and then you can finish the sweep.
And I mean, he's still doing like 90 damage and pulling up 2 energy cards. That's not bad.
And then Flare Driver, you do 220 damage, 30 damage to yourself, but you're going to be knocking out Zacian V.
What is it called?
His second attack is Flare Driver.
Oh, for me it says Flare Blitzer.
Oh, well, it's not translated yet, so...
If
you're looking at the English scans, that might be the actual translation.
Yeah, I got the English translation.
Flare Blitzer, then. You're knocking out Zacian V. You're going to knock out Zamazenta V.
I mean, you'll take 30 damage, but I'd rather take 30...
Yeah, if you're
Zamazenta,
guaranteed knockout on something.
Zamazenta. Zacian, yes, but Zamazenta, no.
With weakness?
Well, because of his ability.
That's only VMAX.
Oh, VMAX, my bad.
We have another Centiskorch. Nothing too impressive.
No. That Sizzlepede's the same, though. That's reprinted.
Okay. Reprint.
I'm pretty sure that card art is exactly the same, or something very similar to that. And then Carvana and Sharpedo, again, nothing crazy.
Yeah, he does 20 damage to the bench, but it's not terrible for 1 energy. I don't know. Probably won't see a ton of play.
The next V
with 280 HP.
Attach up to 3 energy from your discard pile to those Pokemon, and then next turn, Ocean Waves. You can hit for, 360 in 1 turn if your flips are correct, or right.
And you have 280 HP on a V.
Not even a V max, just a regular V. That could be... This one I could see being played quite a bit. I don't know how aggressive water decks are. I haven't seen any water decks.
But you got weakness to lightning, and how popular Pikarom is. It's still a gamble.
Honestly,
though, out of a lot of the Vs, this is probably the one that's going to see the most play in water-type decks.
I know, but
isn't that with like the Inteleon VMAX and the Frosmoth? Just throw 1 or 2 of these in there, soak up some damage, and potentially do 360 damage. You could do Grimwood Tangle Stadium and reflip those coins.
Oh yeah, you're right. Aren't there trainers or energy cards that get rid of weaknesses too for your Pokemon?
Weakness Guard Energy, I think, got rotated out.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if you had that card, then I mean, really to be even more viable.
But yeah, not bad.
I want to talk about my personal favorite.
That Dreadnought.
I love Dreadnought. He's one of my
VMAX.
Ultimate favorite Pokemon. The Dreadnought V is okay with Solid Shell's ability. The Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. That's not bad. And then Powerful Bite for 2 water and 1 colorless during your opponent's next turn that the defending Pokemon can't retreat. But his VMAX. Oh, I love that VMAX. I mean, you can still hit him.
Same hard shell ability.
Yep.
So I'm wondering, and this is a stretch, but, he's water-type Pokemon. He needs water-type energy to attack. Could it maybe see play in ADP as like a more water-heavy ADP set list? Or even without ADP, if you put this in Lucario and Melmetal?
That actually might work.
I think it'd work better with Lucario and Melmetal, because Full Metal Wall, it only works on Steel-type Pokemon, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I feel like there's some combo you could do with him taking 30 less damage.
Someone's probably going to try it. You know, we're going to see a lot of different variations of decks when this set comes out, just to see if these cards are viable and if they're actually worth it for decks.
I could see Dreadnought getting some play.
Dreadnought and Wailord are the two, and Incineroar are the three that I really see seeing play so
Next
far.
up, we got Gardevoir V and VMAX.
Again, as
love the art on it. This is one I'll say
the
looks awesome.
I think I like the V better than the VMAX for art.
I'm not too impressed with any of the VMAX art. It's like the 3D models or whatever they do. I like the hand-drawn stuff more. But honestly, this card probably won't see any play.
No, I mean, it's...
30 damage for 1 Psychic. Overflowing Wave does 120 plus 80 if you healed any damage from this Pokemon during this turn.
Yeah, and then when you VMAX it, you heal 50 damage from this Pokemon, and then you deal 180 for 2 Psychic and
it's not terrible, but I don't think it's going to be like a staple in anyone's deck.
No, I mean, we don't really see a lot of Psychic decks. Oh, I guess... No, because you just see Crobat. No, not even Psychic decks themselves. And then
we have Hatenna and Hatterene.
Again...
Yeah, probably won't be played too much. Does have 100 damage and heal 30. That could be if you're playing like a non-GX format or something, maybe. But yeah, probably not too useful. Cursolavi, kind of interesting with its ability. Eating Aura. If it's your active Pokemon, when your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of your Pokemon, you put 3 damage counters on that Pokemon. Kind of reminds me of the Arctozolt, I think, from Darkness Ablaze. Had a similar ability.
Yeah. But then
this one only works when it's active, so it's kind of hard to pull it off.
And you don't want to have this one sit on in your active spot for too long, because it only hits for 60. I mean, you still get to place another 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon, so it's not amazing.
There's some potential, but I don't think it's going to see a ton of play.
It might see some play. Again, I do like the card art for this one. Just the
do
V
a
cards
whole deck with this and the Arctozolt with like Crushing Hammers and Team Yells and just be as annoying as possible. Maybe.
I could see that. I mean, you're not going to hit for a lot of damage, though. That's the only downside.
You could throw a Sableye in there and just like ramp up the damage. I don't know. It's not going to be a tier 1 deck, but there's something you could do with it.
This Corsola, or the Galarian Corsola, is finally getting some play, or some like love. That's another one of my favorite Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
We gotta talk about Alcremie now.
Oh, great!
So Alcremie V, heal 30 damage from each of your bench Pokemon for 1 Psychic Energy.
That's not terrible though.
For Psychic and 2 colorless, if the depending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Hard counter for Zacian V, hard counter for ADP. Still, I don't think it's good enough to make it useful.
No, I mean maybe the VMAX.
The VMAX, decorate for a colorless for each of your bench Pokemon. Search your deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to that Pokemon, then shuffle your deck.
That's not bad.
And for 2 Psychic Energies, you do G-Max Finale. You may discard any number of energy attached to your Pokemon. It does 60 times each energy discarded. So,
I mean, if you really need to, that could be a game ender, though.
Yeah, there's potential.
And there's ways to pull energies back out from your discard. You know. Only
we still had Naganadel from Lost Thunder. Then maybe I could see it being played, but
this might go not standard. What's the other one?
Expanded.
That'll probably see a lot of play.
It takes a lot to see play in Expanded. I don't know. Maybe.
And we got next Machop, Machoke, Machamp.
I don't even have pictures of Machop and Machoke, But
And Machamp looks pretty cool.
I like the art. It's a holographic.
Yeah,
20 damage for each fighting Pokemon in your discard pile. I don't know. I could see it maybe in like a Phalanx V deck, but then you're throwing in a Stage 2 on top of all that, and I don't think it's going to be able to pull it off.
No, because Phalanx you need to pull out all the Phalanxes you have.
Yeah, they have to be on your bench to be like useful, so I don't
know. Ooh. Let's talk about this beautiful card, the Lucario V.
Awesome art. Reminds me of Cyberpunk. It's like the city in the background. It's got Aura Sphere for a single fighting energy, 40 damage, and 20 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then Beat Smash for 180. You can't use Beat Smash on the next turn. For 2 fightings and a colorless.
Not viable in the standard or the meta, but the artwork looks sick. Well, I guess I'm wrong. If you pull out, what was it, Houndoom? If any of your Pokemon have damage on them, he deals more.
He deals snipe, but
yeah.
I don't know. I wish there was a Lucario V Max to go with this. I think on its own, it's not enough to ever be used.
No, I mean, if I threw him, I'd throw him. Well, no, because I need to add fighting energy or one fighting. I wouldn't do that to a fire deck. Look at that, another Zygarde. Useless.
Zygarde, yeah. Bite for 30. Power Blast, 130 damage. 2 fighting, 2 colorless, and you have to discard a fighting energy from this Pokemon. So, yeah, not going to be used. We have Rockruff and Lycanroc.
Not viable either.
Yeah. Not going to see any play.
And then only
Random Roly-Poly. This is like a... I have the art for like a gym promo, but...
I like the card art, though.
We have Grapploct V. Another Zacian ADP counter. Honestly, right off the bat, you could throw this down, attach a fighting energy. You're only doing 20 damage, but if the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn.
That's going to stop a lot of people right there.
So you could just stop, like, Pikarom, ADP, Zacian, dead in their tracks while you get set up, if you wanted to. For 2 fighting and a colorless, you could do 120, flip a coin. If it's heads, it does 100 more damage, so 220 total. Which I think Zacian V has 220. But you're basing on a coin flip. It's like...
Yeah.
If you don't flip heads, Zacian V can attack you since you didn't use your first attack, and then you're dead.
Yep. And you just have to keep using tie-up until you can stop it.
Yeah.
And I will admit this Ekans artwork is also gorgeous, too. Not a useful card.
Arbok. I like the Arbok's doing the... I don't know. Poison laser. It looks cool.
Poison laser.
I don't know if his attacks refer to him doing any kind of laser, but he looks cool.
No. And then we get one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah. We have a new Zig Zagoon line. I love the art here, but I still think base set Sword and Shield Obstagoon is the way to go. I mean, obviously you play Zig Zagoon for its ability. This one's not going to be a viable replacement. It can do a 40 damage, though, based on coin flips. Flip 4 coins, 10 damage per heads. Obstagoon. Its ability Bad Ruler. Once during a turn, you may have your opponent discard cards from their hand until they have 4 cards left.
Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of mean. I could see it, hurting Mad Party. I could see it hurting Zacian decks where they're drawing 3 like constantly. But if you're gonna run Obstagoon, you're gonna want the Sword and Shield Obstagoon.
Because that ability wouldn't hurt Mad Party too bad.
Because they're discarding them. You're only really helping them out.
You're helping them at that point.
I just know Mad Party usually has big hands. We have an Absol here.
If he uses his ability, you're like, okay, I can get rid of a shit ton of cards. I mean, a crap ton of cards. Okay. Purloin, Leopard. I do like the color of Leopard, seeing the...
Subway.
Not the Subway. The art.
Oh, well, there's like the rails behind it. I don't know. Looks cool.
It's like
the wild area.
The great zone or the wild area. There we go.
Ability,
I just like
limber, can't be paralyzed. It's not gonna see play. That's like starter deck bait right here.
Yep.
Scrafty. I love Scraggy and Scrafty. They're some of my favorite Pokemon. The art on this Scraggy is adorable.
There's a third one back there too. There's 3 Scraggys.
Yeah, I see that. Honestly, they're not going to see a ton of play. I don't think there's ever been a Scrafty that saw a lot of play, unfortunately.
This one might with Bad Brawl. If you played Pierce from your hand during this turn,
180.
It does, which isn't bad for a stage 1 early game. That's 190. I mean, that could be a lot of damage.
Random Trubbish with no Garbodor. Another gym promo.
I do like the artwork for Trubbish, though. It's kind of cute.
Oh, yeah. It's good art. We have Inkay and Malamar.
Random pack is okay, but only 160. And I mean, he's only got 120 health. That's an easy knockout. You're going to waste your time setting up 3 energies on him.
Yeah. Bring back the Lost Prism Malamars. Nick it and no Thievul, because why not? We have a Duraludon V. So this one, yeah, this is what I wanted to see paired with the Lucario Melmetal tag team.
Oh, this one will, for sure.
So its ability Hard Coat takes 30 less damage. Lucario Melmetal, Steel Pokemon take 30 less damage. Throw on a Metal Frying Pan, you take 30 less damage. You're taking 90 less damage from attacks after all that. This guy's going to be bulletproof.
And then if you've got a Zacian in there and start pulling out energies,
yeah,
and energy switch them, or whatever you need to get them, I mean, 40 damage for each Steel Energy attached to him with no limit.
Yeah, you could late game, get him souped up. Metal Saucers, Turbo Patch. Late game, just get him to clean up whatever's left over. Maybe have potential. Even if you're not doing a ton of damage, he's not going to be taking much damage at all.
No, not at all.
If you get everything, and then I think there's a Steel Energy coming out in Vivid Voltage that removes your weakness.
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because especially with how much we're seeing with Fire now, too. With Centiskorch and Centiskorch VMAX, like that, those are heavy hitters. Ninetales Houndoom V, those are all pretty big hitters.
Let's see, we got
you don't want to
lose. Miracle Guard, maybe. There's been a lot of Pokemon with like stuff that just totally denies V and GX lately.
I want to say if you have a starter deck, this will be seen.
It says prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V and GX. It does not prevent V Max, I don't think.
Doesn't say V Max.
Yeah, just V and GX.
But I don't know
ADP,
the official ruling.
But you're only doing 60 damage after all that, so really, how great is it? It's only a stage 1. So easier to set up than Obstagoon.
True.
Well, that's it for Pokemon. All our trainers are reprints.
Yeah.
And there's only like a couple good ones. So we have a reprint of Marnie, which is great. Every deck needs Marnie. Reprint of Professor's Research, which is really good. I wish we got Boss's Orders reprinted in this set just to make it more accessible.
And Piers, too, being reprinted after Darkness Ablaze, which again is another great supporter if you're running Darkness.
If they're doing all these reprints, like the only big Pokemon reprint we saw was the Eldegoss. And if they did a Crobat V reprint in the similar style, that would be awesome. Just to make it easier to get.
If
they did Boss's Orders reprint, I would be so happy if they just did those two things. Unfortunately,
if that's after Vivid Voltage, I wouldn't be upset about that. Especially since Crobat just came out.
Oh yeah, Strange Canned Food is our only new trainer card, I think.
Oh, no Rotom Phone.
Oh, and Rotom Phone. I don't think either one is going to see a lot of play.
Well, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose one of them. Shuffle the other cards back in your deck.
So just use Jirachi.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. It's not bad, but I don't think it's good enough. It's not bad.
It's a suspicious food tin. You're getting rid of a psychic energy.
Yeah, it's just a potion. I don't know.
Well, then we get the full arts. You know, the Dreadnought.
Team Grunt. Here's full arts. Dreadnought, Carnivore V, Galarian Cursolavi, Grapplot V. Then we have a full art Hop.
I don't. The cards.
If I pull this, I'm gonna be mad. It's like the worst supporter.
I like the card art itself, though.
I hate Hop. I hate these supporter cards where it's just draw 3 and nothing else. Why does it need a full art? This is like, if I pull this, I'm just gonna be mad because that could have been a Charizard VMAX.
But he's your rival in the game, so they're gonna obviously give him something.
I don't know.
Because Pal got a bunch of stuff in Sun and Moon, and we haven't had a full art Hop yet. I'm okay with this one full art Hop, and that's it.
Rainbow Rares are the VMAXs. Well, some of the VMAXs. Charizard VMAX. Gonna have to take out a second mortgage on your house if you want one of these. Beautiful.
People said it wasn't coming. You want to try to buy it?
People said it wasn't coming to the US, and here it is. It's coming.
It's here.
But, you know, we also have this shiny Charizard V that hasn't even been announced outside of the US. That's huge.
Alright, we gotta talk about how gorgeous this card is. I love it. I mean, I did pull the original shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates, and I think that looks like garbage compared to this Charizard.
Yeah, this Charizard V.
I don't know. I think just the way he looks just looks better. And I guess I like the V cards better than some of the GX cards. I mean, I don't like his moveset at all. Like, honestly, they feel really useless to me. Even the GX or the VMAX are very meh.
Yeah, it's not that great compared to like Scorch or something else.
I mean, yeah, you're hitting for. I mean, I understand that you're hitting for 300, which could end a lot of rounds or Pokemon, but you also have to get rid of 2 energies. I mean, I know with Fire decks there's ways to pull them back out and everything like that, but still, I don't know, it's too much. And, I don't know, did you say there was a Rainbow Rare Kabu and Rainbow Rare Pierce?
I didn't show those yet, but yeah, Rainbow Rare Kabu and Pierce.
The Pierce one I'd take over Kabu if I did pull one. And really the only...
And Strange Can. Charizard. You have every right to be upset. I don't know if they're at the same pull rate, like same rarity, but just imagine, like, you can get shiny Charizard V. This is going to be worth insane amount of money on eBay. Or you get some rotten dog food. What would you rather have? You'd rather have the shiny Charizard. So they're the same rarity. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for our video today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe.